All right, let's dive right in. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating blueprint for building a highly successful, fully automated YouTube channel. If you've been wondering how top creators are suddenly generating massive views and revenue without spending weeks stuck in the editing cave, you are in exactly the right place.
But first, we really have to address the elephant in the room. Why do some videos absolutely explode while others completely flop? It is incredibly frustrating, right? You spend hours, maybe even days, scripting and editing, only to check your analytics and see viewers abandoning ship in the first few seconds. It hurts, but there's actually a science to fixing it. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover mastering the video hook, writing viral scripts, using AI animation, designing high CTR thumbnails, and finally unlocking YouTube monetization. Step 1. Mastering the video hook.
The hard data on this is honestly pretty striking. According to research from Wistia, viewer drop-off is at its absolute steepest in those crucial first 5 seconds. If you don't hit them with a pattern interrupt right out of the gate, something surprising or deeply relevant, they are gone. But if you nail a strong hook, you can retain 70% of your viewers past that critical 10-second mark. And trust me, the algorithm is watching that closely.
So how do we actually pull that off? Well, there are 4 proven 5-second hooks used by top creators. First is the bold problem statement. This taps directly into a known pain point so the viewer instantly thinks, wow, they get me. Next is the visual surprise, literally stopping the scroll with pure visual novelty before you even say a word. Third is the immediate value proposition, a totally no-fluff approach where you state the exact outcome right away. And finally, the provocative claim. You just need to pick the one that best matches your audience to validate their click instantly.
And here's one highly effective technique you should definitely be using: the open loop. It's such a simple secret sauce. You essentially make a promise early on that teases value coming much later. Actually, I did this just a minute ago. When I mentioned on the agenda that we'd be breaking down YouTube monetization secrets at the very end of this explainer, I opened a loop. It gives your audience a really compelling reason to stick around.
Moving right along to Step 2, writing viral YouTube scripts.
The biggest takeaway here is that a viral script isn't an accident. It is a strict formula. It starts with your 15-second hook, followed by your intro where you make your promise. Then, and this is literally where most creators drop the ball, you don't jump straight to the solution. Step 3 is agitating the problem. You have to make the viewer feel the pain of the problem before you hand them the relief in your main body content. And finally, you cap it off with a clear call to action. If you skip the setup and rush the solution, you're going to kill your retention.
But even with a flawless structure, human attention spans are notoriously short. You absolutely must reset attention with pattern interrupts every 60 to 90 seconds. What does that look like? Well, it means shifting visual types, doing a quick zoom in, dropping a really surprising stat, or just changing the camera angle. You have to keep the viewer's brain visually and intellectually stimulated.
All right, Step 3, animating with AI tools.
The reality of content creation has completely shifted. The old way meant doing manual character rigging, suffering through hours upon hours of editing, and dropping cash on wildly expensive software. But the new way, it is all about AI text-to-video generation, automated lip syncing, and rapid rendering. Creators are entirely bypassing traditional production methods now, turning what used to take weeks into a workflow that takes just a few minutes.
Let's look at the specific tech stack making this happen right now. Agent Opus has a new story mode that basically turns a concept into a fully produced video automatically. Then you have Higgsfield AI and Nano Banana Pro, which are incredible for locking in visual styles and keeping character sheets consistent. Short.ai gives you these viral-ready templates that handle subtitles and voiceovers in a single click. And Filmora's Smart Scene Cut feature actually uses AI to automatically chop your long-form stuff into fast-paced shorts. It's kind of mind-blowing how efficient this is.
There's also this massive hack trending right now, especially if you're targeting the highly lucrative kids niche, hybrid animation. By layering simple 2D elements over AI-generated 3D characters, you create this really fast, playful, handcrafted vibe that audiences just eat up. Plus, it saves you a ton of rendering time, letting you produce high-impact storytelling without ever missing an upload day.
Part 4, designing high CTR thumbnails.
If you want to actually get clicks in a crowded feed, you need a tactical approach to design.
First, align your subjects using the rule of thirds. Then, lean into a Z-pattern reading flow, meaning you keep your absolute most important element in the top left. You also want a high color contrast ratio. Aim for 4.5 to 1, like a bright yellow on deep violet. Keep your text to a strict maximum of 3 to 5 bold words. And finally, always use faces showing genuine emotion to forge that instant human connection.
Now, I want you to remember this number, 120. This is the ultimate pass or fail test for your thumbnail. It's called the 120 pixel squint test. You have to remember that the vast majority of your audience is watching on mobile. If your thumbnail design and your text aren't instantly readable when scaled all the way down to just 120 pixels wide, viewers are just going to scroll right past it. Always test it small before you hit publish.
And finally, Part 5, Unlocking YouTube Monetization.
So, applying the hooks, the script formulas, the AI tools, and those thumbnail rules will inevitably drive up your viewership. But the YouTube Partner Program, or YPP, is the actual vehicle that turns all of that optimized workflow into real, scalable business revenue.
Getting into the program means hitting a few specific milestones. The first major threshold to keep your eyes on is 500. You need to reach 500 subscribers alongside having at least 3 public video uploads in the past 90 days. That's what gets your foot in the door.
Next, you need to prove your content actually holds attention, which, if you're using the script formulas we talked about, it definitely will. The magic number here is 3,000. You need 3,000 valid public watch hours on your long-form content over the past year.
Or if you're focusing entirely on short-form content with those new AI animation tools, you have an alternative route. That threshold is 3 million. You need 3 million valid Shorts views within the past 90 days. Hit either the watch hours or the Shorts views along with your subscriber count, and you are in.
And getting in is so worth it because it's not just about a single AdSense check. Once you're monetized, your revenue streams really open up. While ads and premium revenue are a big piece of the pie, smart creators are also monetizing through YouTube Shopping, exclusive channel memberships, and lucrative brand partnerships. You aren't just running a channel at that point. You're building a whole ecosystem.
Well, we have covered a massive amount of ground today. You now have the exact blueprint for 5-second hooks, the formula for viral scripts, the specific AI tools to automate your animations, and the core rules for thumbnails that actually demand clicks. So my final question to you is this. What story are you going to animate and monetize today? It's time to stop scrolling, open up these tools, and start building. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.